Today on EA Sports. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go from Jacksonville. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Lawrence looking to pass on the first play. This complete right side to the tight end, Farrell. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Lawrence. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Lawrence will throw. Flushed out right. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Okay, so the penalty on the outside for illegal touching, and they'll have to come back and try it again. Now a 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Partner, I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Dancing to his left. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he lost the football. It's picked up. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Taking it right down Broadway. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Here's Lawrence to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
This Titan defense, they just will not give in easily. Looking for another stop, 3rd and goal. Now Lawrence. Screen play. Here's ETN. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Escaping the pressure right. They shakes him off. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. So, Charles, they wanted 7 on that opening drive. They didn't want to settle for a field goal.
Felt like a tone setter. You know, that's what they were looking for because a lot of teams, they'll march it downfield, and when they kick the field goal, it almost feels disappointing, doesn't it? You have a nice drive. I think this team decided, guess what? No matter what, we're going for the 6.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Jags grab it. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. Okay, so he stepped foot out of bounds. Charles came back in first to touch it, and they got him for illegal touching.
Yeah, and you know it doesn't matter either, Brandon. Catch it, don't catch it. If you're the first to touch it, that's going to draw a flag.
A second down throw from Levis. Cockrell holds it in left side. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Levis looking to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. A tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. That's complete. It's Josh Wiley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action now, Levis. He completes it to Ridley. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The 2nd-round pick leading this offense well. It'll be a 1st down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Now Levis. Here's a screen now for Pollard. Hit as he throws, and the ball is out. It's a live football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A 2nd fumble recovery in this 1st quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the 1st fumble recovery, they were eager to get a 2nd one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and now it's 2nd down. Now Lawrence to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. There he goes left side. He'll get it in. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense says they have it. They do. One play into the ball game, an early turnover. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practice.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. Flush to his right. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the... Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Down the numbers. There he goes. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Well, that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You force the fumble, but when...
And a loose football. It's picked up by the Titans. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Oh, and miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out, and the Jags grab it. And you know that can be dangerous, trying to get it to your teammate on a kick return, and there they cough it up, turn it over.
Let's face it, let's just call it what it is. This is a hindsight is 20/20 play, isn't it? Perfect vision afterwards. In other words, we saw it happen, the fumble occurred, and you know going into it, as you noted, it was going to be a dangerous play to begin with. That's why people always say afterwards, why did they even try it?
So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it's
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of...
And it's a Titans touchdown. Calvin Ridley, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans strike quickly here to tie up the ball game.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
They're going to keep it on the ground. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he is not going to find the end zone. He stopped up short, and this remains a 6-6 game.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 46 yards. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Etienne is in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Levis out of the shotgun now, sliding out of the pocket. He finds his man, Pollard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Levis to throw it. Flushed out right. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 44-yard line, here's second and a yard. Pollard, he'll take it up the gut. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. After one, our score, 12-6. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Levis to throw off play action. He'll buy some time right. This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. Levis sets up to throw here. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And now we've got a third and goal situation. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Staying on his feet. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Second and short now following the fumble. Another tote for Etienne. And he loses the football a second time. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. It's picked up by the Titans. And he's got his guys set up great now. First and goal. And the Pigs get at the 7-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often, you know, and that's...
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And I think the ball's out, but it looked like the Titans were able to recover, and indeed they will keep possession of the ball. Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play. That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And the ball is knocked out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Here's Lawrence. They try to set up the screen. Oh, nearly disaster. But it's incomplete. Not much chance of that working. Almost intercepted. It's second down. Looking to throw. Lawrence finds his tight end Ingram. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help.
And, oh, he coughed it up. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices. It's not something that...
And, oh, my goodness, he loses it again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by... There he goes, left side. And they are going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And he is into the end zone to give him a 2-point lead. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From the end zone, it's Dearness Johnson. Oh, and miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Titans. And you know that can be dangerous, trying to get it to your teammate on a kick return, and there they cough it up, turn it over.
Let's face it, and let's just call it what it is. This is a hindsight is 20/20 play, isn't it? Perfect vision afterwards. In other words, we saw it happen, the fumble occurred, and you know going into it, as you noted, it was going to be a dangerous play to begin with. That's why people always say afterwards, why did they even try it?
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Back to throw, it's Levis. Caught left side, Hopkins. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. In motion, right goes Hopkins. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the defense. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Lawrence and the Jags offense staying out there. They'll go for two here. They'll try and run it here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can.
And it's a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices, it's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guy.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. And he lost the football. Oh, and one of them nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. Does the big boy have the... And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Well, they go play action. Here's Levis rolling to his right. And it's hauled in by Nick Vanette. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Here's 2nd and 10. Levis. They'll roll him out right. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Levis back to throw. Now they go screen. It's good. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner. Everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
He's got it. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. So a big loss there. 14 yards to be exact. And this brings up a 3rd and goal. Here's Levis. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught. Now the ball comes loose. And the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices, it's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe
now a loose football. The ball comes out. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. 2nd and 1 now from the 21. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Flush to his right. He'll air this one out for Kirk. Oh, he tried to fit it in back over the middle, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And a loose football. the Jags grab it. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices, it's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the... And they are going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Levis will try to throw for the 2. That's fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this will be scooped up by the defense. The ball comes out. And he will step out of bounds. Oh, what a mistake there. And the 2-point try will be unsuccessful. You know, we've discussed this before, and we've seen it at practices. Extra periods being put in for the offense on these 2-point tries. But the defense, they're beefing up their support as well in practice.
They absolutely have to. If people are going to go for 2 and try and gain those advantages and make it tougher on your...
And he loses the football a second time. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this?
And I think the ball's out. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
Flushed out right. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk, and that's caught inside the 35. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, back to you two in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports Halftime Report. One of the top performers in that first half was the running back Travis Etienne. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he loses the football a second time. And the Jags grab it. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. So they take the deficit into the lockers. You know they had plans to receive the football. A nice drive, instead a fumble on the kickoff.
And that can be demoralizing right there because, as you pointed out, they had designs on coming out and, okay, we're going to change things here in the second half. Instead,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And now look at him go. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5. So that is not the way you want to begin the half when you're only up by 1 score. A turnover right away.
And my guess that in the locker room, that's what the defensive coordinator of the other side was saying. We've got to find a way to get the football back for our offense, and they were able to do it.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're...
And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Titans. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Pollard. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jet, it's a foot race. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
I know many talk about the kick return as maybe the most exciting play in football, but any type of a return where it's a change of possession, where the defense gets the ball, that's exciting too, but it's not just an accident. Once they get the football, they've worked on finding people to block, creating running lanes for the guy with the ball, and protecting him, and this one was a long run.
Absolutely, they did all of that and more. Escaping the pressure right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 3 on the play, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Lawrence. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
There's another example that playing football isn't strictly being physical. You've got to think as well. Nice job reading his keys by the linebacker and going out in the open space. When they dumped it to the back, he was able to make the play.
Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it?
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Titans. Chigakonkwo, 75 yards. And the Titans have cut it back within a score. Well, I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. It's picked up by the Titans. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
It's complete. And he loses the football a second time. And the Jags grab it.
They made the decision to go for two. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra.
Oh, and miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. And you know that can be dangerous, trying to get it to your teammate on a kick return, and there they cough it up, turn it over.
Let's face it, let's just call it what it is. This is a hindsight is 20/20 play, isn't it? Perfect vision afterwards. In other words, we saw it happen, the fumble occurred, and you know going into it, as you noted, it was going to be a dangerous play to begin with. That's why people always say afterwards, why did they even try it?
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Levis from the gun. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Working from the gun. Here's Levis. Steps away to his left. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Titans get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. Here we go, 4th down, Levis. It's complete, swings it out to his running back. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. High throw, but the catch is made. And wriggled down quickly just past the 40 at the 41. Now Lawrence on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Flush to his right. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And the ball is knocked out. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. A fake on the jet sweep. Now Lawrence off play action. He's got his target. That's complete. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on 3rd down.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Running out of the gun with ETN. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Lawrence now off the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 18. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Lawrence will throw. Buying time to his left. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Flushed out right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And next time, Brandon, I think you might want to consider running it because those defensive backs, they were plastered to the receivers, and they weren't letting up as that play went on.
They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And oh, he coughed it up. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they can keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side. And it's a fumble. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. Levis now on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Hopkins. Dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From near the goal line, here's Levis. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. They'll look to throw here. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So illegal touching, Charles, on the outside.
And a lot of people wonder if the quarterback should see that. No, it's not his job to understand if the receiver's inbounds or out of bounds. You just expect him to be there. But if he takes a step out, he essentially becomes ineligible. And that's not a tough one for an official to see, especially one standing on the sideline.
Levis looking to throw. Being chased out left. And hit behind the line. lost the football. It's loose. And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards on the play.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Throw left side. Oh, no, he lost the football. So they keep the football, but now face second and long. From the shotgun, Lawrence escaping the pressure right. Open man downfield is Davis. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by and he's into the clear. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Play action now. Levis. And this is caught at the 20. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Levis to throw on 1st and 10 here. Oh, no, he lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play. Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Titans. And some room to roam now. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown.
It used to be that if you were a big wide receiver and the coaches wanted to make you a tight end, you resisted the move. Now it's almost a glamour position because they have the mismatch advantage. Are you going to cover them with a linebacker? They're probably faster. A defensive back? They're going to be bigger. Tight end is the new big-time position.
And he is into the end zone as that pushes the lead up to 6. And so they run it in on the two-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now.
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver or that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. So illegal touching, Charles. If you set foot out of bounds as a receiver, you can't be the first to touch it.
You nailed it on that one. You've got to be mindful of the sideline.
Now Levis rolling to his left. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Third down and 13. Off the play fake, Levis. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Desperation time now. Here's Levis. Forced out to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices, it's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling, maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And oh, at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Titans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So, partner, that play broke huge. And when you can get a guy into the open field after the catch, he does actually turn into a running back. But in this case,
that's not his role.
No, not ultimately, because he didn't do what? He didn't secure the football. And if he had done that, that play would have been spectacular. Instead, he turns it over.
Yeah, a big play, all for naught. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Well, both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave them some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that run.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Flush to his right. Now the ball comes loose. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. And partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices, it's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the lateral.
Oh, no, he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were...
Oh, no, he lost the football. Room here to run. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Lawrence. Flushed out right. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? Got his man complete over the middle. That's Davis. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Jags come up empty on fourth down. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Dancing to his left. Complete to Boyd. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling.
Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Throwing now, Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. And a loose football. It's picked up by the Titans. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, taking it right down Broadway. Oh, no, he lost the football. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Levis, he'll look to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he is going to be stopped here for no gain, and that is going to be the final play of this football game.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.